Q&A Asia. In today's super-commercialized world of pop music, stars are often created, packaged and presented to the public like products from an assembly line. Well, Faye Wong began her singing career just like that, but she didn't stay on that path for long. After 3 successful but formulaic recordings as Shirley Wong, she broke the mold. Wong moved away from Hong Kong to New York to find her true self. The woman she discovered has since taken over the Asian pop scene. And Faye Wong is joining us from our Hong Kong studio. We'll chat with her in a moment and you'll have the chance to ask your own questions. First, let's take another look at the varied images on video and the big screen. Beijing-born Faye Wong has made a name for herself by rejecting all the trappings of conventional cantopop and pursuing her music according to her own artistic sense. She insists on complete creative control, writing her music, designing her sets, and steering every aspect of her career. You can see her eclectic nature in her music videos, as she projects a variety of images, from mystery to glamour to humor. Her performing talent has even flown in other directions, with acting roles on television and in films. Top among them, her 1994 appearance in Wong Kar-wai's Chungking Express, which showed the beautiful songstress with a decidedly different dressed-down look. The film won her critical acclaim and the Best Actress Award in Sweden. Between singing and acting, her popularity has grown beyond Asia to include fans worldwide. Well, now's your chance to talk with Faye Wong and ask her questions. You can send your questions by email or fax, or you can call us at 1-404-525-6888. That's the number in the United States. Well, Faye Wong, welcome to Q&A Asia. Let me start by saying some people see you as something of a rebel, someone who constantly tries to break away from the typical mold of performers in Asia. How easy do you find it to be different? We're doing a translation here for Faye.
要与众不同有什么困难？我想可能会面对一些压力吧。
I have to face some pressure.
但是我觉得每次我做一件事情，如果我自己觉得我没有做错的话，I won't have any thinking and I won't care what people think about it.
We had lots of questions for you, so let's get straight to Taiwan. And we have a caller on the line from Taiwan. Ramon, your question for Faye Wong, please.
Hi, Miss Wong Fei. This is Ramona of China Television Company calling from Taipei. We know that you are the best example of mainland China singers who become famous and popular in both Taiwan and Hong Kong, even the whole Asia. My question is that in a society that's so different from your background, what is your tip of success? Thank you.
有什么不同？
就是现在你在香港、在台湾、在亚洲这表现，跟你在北京这个背景是很不同的。
其实我觉得我只是在北京出生，然后长大，然后在香港开始正式的
And I started my career in Hong Kong.
然后台湾也是我工作的。
And Taiwan is also one of the places that I work in. So all these becomes me very naturally, and I accept all these very naturally. So I don't think there's any contradiction or any conflicts. In the course of it. So I feel that it's very natural. Things just come naturally.
Well, Faye, let me ask you about those early years when your family moved from Beijing to Hong Kong in 1987. You were a teenage girl. You didn't speak Cantonese. How were those early years for you?
那个时候到了一个陌生的环境嘛，首先需要适应。
The first thing I had to do was to adapt to the new environment.
对于适应香港这个环境，其实我也花了一个。
Well, actually, I spent quite a long time adapting to the environment of Hong Kong, and it's impossible for me to run away from it. So the only thing I could do was to learn Cantonese, and then.
然后我其实就已经开始。接触这个娱乐圈
And I started my career and started to have my personal albums. So looking back, it seems everything came in so very naturally and smoothly. But actually, at that time, I had some difficult and painful.
Let's get another call on the line from Taiwan. We have Rose on the line. Go ahead, Rose.
Hello, Ms. Wong. This is Rose Lee from TTV News in Taiwan. You have a very unique Faye Wong style. As a singer, how do you describe your music?
那么你怎么样形容你的音乐？
怎么样形容我的音乐啊？我觉得音乐其实很难形容。
I feel that it's very difficult to describe music.
其实我对音乐的感觉也是来自于感觉，其实很难去。
It's just a kind of feeling towards music. I have strong feelings towards music, so it's very difficult to describe this kind of feelings in words.
对啊。
That's it.
An email question that came in from Canada, actually from Vancouver, with a question for you, Faye. It says, many fanatics, as she calls them, as we call ourselves, are very supportive. Have you heard of us? The fanatics.
I'm sorry. Repeat the question again.
Yes, many, the woman in Vancouver, Canada says they have a group called the fanatics, like fanatics, fans of Faye Wong. Have you heard of the fanatics at all?
Yes, I've heard of them.
我知道是在网上的，
Yes.
他们在网上互相联络的。
I know that they can contact each other through the internet.
不久记得
And
我香港演唱会的时候，他们
not
也有
long
人
ago,
来
they
香
also
港
have
开演唱会，然后
there
送
were
我
some
一
of
张
them
他们
coming
录制
to
的
Hong Kong, and they had a CD
唱我
singing my songs. So yes, I know about them.
Well, Faye, don't go away. We take a short break. Don't forget, Q&A Asia airs at 1400 hours GMT. That's 10 p.m. Hong Kong time every Monday. It's your best opportunity to interact with top names from politics right through to music and sports. And we'll continue our discussion with Faye Wong in just a moment. Faye, there was an email question from Canada where you have many, many fans. This question says, it seems that Faye has a misconception that people don't appreciate the music on her album Impatience, or that she writes her own songs. Can she comment? Is the translation going here?
不是很欣赏我自己写的音乐。
I have a feeling that people don't appreciate the music written by myself.
其实我觉得这
Well,
个很自
actually,
然
I think this is very natural too.
因为
Because
我自己写的东西有我很个人的一
it's
些
I have a lot of personal touches. I love the
感觉和
songs that I
喜好。
write.
我觉得
I
这
have
个
a lot of
喜好的
personal
问题
feelings
是
into
很
these
个人
songs. So,
的
and this
所以
kind of feelings and likings are very personal. So maybe what I like is not what most people like.
所以我觉
So
得这个我很容易接受。
well, yes, I can accept that fact.
Anthony is in Hong Kong with a question for you. Anthony, go ahead with your question for Faye Wong.
Okay, hello Faye Wong. I'm your fan in Hong Kong. I have seen your concert last Christmas. Can you tell me which song is your favorite? I most like your song is 爱与痛的边缘. Okay?
最喜欢的哪一首歌很难讲。
Most, it's very difficult to say.
有一些歌
Well,
曲是
there are
我
some
比较
songs
喜
that
欢的。
I
但是
like more
也许
than the others, but
观众不是有很多人
perhaps
喜欢，甚至有的人可能
those songs may not be liked by most of my fans or the audience. Maybe a lot of people, most of them have not heard those songs before.
我坚持在演唱会里
But
唱
I
一些我自
insist
己
that
的
I sing
喜欢的
those songs that I like in my concert.
有一些了，一些。
Yeah, there are some songs that I like.
Well, you know, Faye, that Hong Kong always boasts about its four kings of pop. You know, you have Leon Lai, who's been on Q&A Asia, Jackie Chung, Aaron Kwok, and Andy Lau. Very few women seem to make it through. You're one of the very few. Do you think there is a bias towards the male singers on the Hong Kong pop scene? Is it sexist?
他们喜欢男歌手比较多过女歌手呢？
我倒不觉得这么
No,
是
I
这
don't
么一
think so.
回事情，因为在我看来，可能
Well, to me,
香港的女孩子比男孩
perhaps
子要
the girls in Hong Kong are more open and
他们的偶像一般都是男歌手或者男艺
and they
人。
like the male artists. So the way they express them, the girls tend to express themselves more
比较
openly
激烈和
and
热情，让大家给大家这样一个
more passionately.
印象
So that's why people have that kind of
但是我
impression.
觉得其实女
But
歌
I
手
think
也
that
有
actually
很多
female
人
artists, there are a lot of
只
good
是他
female
们可
artists
能
and a lot of
没有
people
那么
also
疯
like
狂
female
所以
artists. But those people
大家
are
感觉
more reserved and they don't express themselves so openly. So that's why people have that kind of feeling.
Now, of course, Faye, you're getting a lot of international recognition, huge album sales and so on. You were even on the cover of Time International magazine. What sort of international response do you recognize you've had?
Faye's
getting translation.
我没有认真想过这些。
No, I haven't really thought of these questions seriously.
其实对我来说，任何市场对我来说都不是很重要。我觉得
any markets are not really that important. The most important thing to me is that I want to do something that I feel good, or I think that those are good things, and I want to do those good things. If I can achieve that, I will be very happy, and if people appreciate that, I will be even more happy. I'll be happier. So I won't expect people, everybody in the world, or everybody to like.
Our next call is in China. Very nice to hear from China. Our caller there, your question for Faye Wong, please.
Good evening. I have two questions. First one is, do you love classical music? Second, do you play any Chinese instrument? Thank you.
这个中国的这个乐器。
古典音乐，我好像接触的不太多。
No, I
其实
don't have a lot of
在北京长大，多多少少
to listen to classical music. When I was born in Beijing, yes, there was some time that I had time to listen to classical music, but I feel that this classical music don't suit me very much. So that's not really my cup of tea. For Chinese organs, no, I don't play any Chinese organs.
Well, Faye, we have a chat room that goes on the internet while the show is going out live. Lots of people talking there about your work here. One question says, Ms. Wong, did you have formal training or did you just have a gift of voice?
我觉得我觉得这些东西都是要有天分的吧。
Yeah, I believe that we need gifts. We have to be gifted in order to be good singers, good artists.
做音乐的人或者一个歌手
As an artist, or as a singer, it's impossible to really train a singer to be a good singer. So I believe that the major is inborn. Well, for me personally, I have not received any formal training. I feel myself very fortunate because I have I'm gifted in this aspect. But of course, we need hard work and training also. But I think the most important thing is feelings for music.
Let's get to a call from Hong Kong. Anita has a question for you from Hong Kong. So, Anita, your question, please.
Yes, hi, Faye. This is Anita from Hong Kong. We noticed that your attitude towards the media and your fans have such a dramatic change, especially within this year. I wonder what makes you have this change.
是什么令你有这个改变呢？
They're getting translation again.
我不明白这个不同是什么。
是你的态度对传媒对 fans 的态度有些改变，是什么令你有这个改变呢？
我对传和歌迷的态度有一些改变嘛？其实。
Well,
我自己不是很觉得。
Well, actually, I don't think there's a great change of my attitude towards fans and the media. Actually, I haven't changed any of my stance towards the media and my fans. Perhaps, well, I don't know why people keep on saying that I have changed. Actually, I personally have not noticed. Maybe yes, I have, but I don't know why. I can't tell you the reason why.
We have to pause here briefly on Q&A Asia. Superstar of movies and music, Faye Wong's taking your questions on Q&A Asia. We'll be back more of that in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. We're talking to singer-actress Faye Wong. Faye Wong's not only got fans all over Asia, but also across the continent into Europe and North America. And she's joining us to take your questions and comments. Faye, a question that came by the internet on email from Amsterdam in Holland. It says, are you planning to hold concerts in Western Europe? There's quite a large Chinese minority living in Holland that's waiting for you.
中国人在那边是在等你，在那边开演唱会。
我好像目前还没有计划。
I don't have such a plan.
Let me ask you about your acting, though. You know, it's one thing that is seen all over the world as well. How did you find it working in Chungking Express with Wong Kar-wai? And how do you find that balance between acting and singing?
平衡你唱歌跟演戏间，你怎么样做一个平衡？
想到重庆森林，
About that movie, The Chongqing Forest.
我觉得对我来讲，演戏是一件很困难的，跟唱歌来比是一件。
Acting is much more difficult than singing to me.
自己觉得我没有
Personally, I
很
think
多的演戏
that
天
I am
分。
not really gifted in acting.
我觉得重庆森林
And that
可以成
movie,
功，我觉得
well,
可能是
the
最
Chongqing
大的功劳应该
was
是
very
导演。
successful. I think credit should go to the producer
他选
because
我来演这个角
first
色，
of all, he
可能他
chose
觉
me
得我某些
to
特质
take up that role because perhaps he thought that I'm quite close to that role. So most of the time he didn't require me to do a lot of acting. And actually, even if he did, I wouldn't have known how to act. So I think it's a coincidence. And
所以我到现在我还是不觉得
even up to now, I don't think I know how to act.
所以演戏跟唱歌的角，我觉得我还是比较
Acting and singing, of course, I like singing more.
A call from China, from Shanghai, and Wayne had a question. Go ahead, Wayne.
Yes. Hello, Miss Faye Wong. My question is, I know you have a husband and a cute baby, and I want to know how can you keep your family and also have your single career together. Thank you.
So how do you balance career with family?
就是事业跟家庭怎么样平衡？
怎么样平衡？我觉得，我其实觉得不需要怎么去。
Well, actually, I don't think I really need how. Don't need how to balance those because both career and family are part of my life.
什么时候应该做什么？我觉得都是对我来说都
When to
是
do
很
what?
自然的事情。
I think all
没
this
有工
comes
作的
very
时候就在
naturally to
家
me.
里。
If I don't
有
need
工作
to
的时候
work, I
就
stay at
是
home. If I have to work, I go out to work. So it's just very natural. I don't really need to spend any effort to strike a balance between both.
Let me ask you a little more about your life in Hong Kong. You've obviously witnessed a very interesting change over the past couple of years. How do you view that change? How much do you find you have to get caught up in the politics of what's happened, the handover and so on?
那么就是香港成为特区，这种改变，你个人的感觉是怎么样？
香港成为特区以后，在政治上的改变，其实对我来讲，我觉得没有很大的感觉。
Special Minister's Region 97. Well, to me, I don't really have any strong feelings. Well, this past years actually is economic crisis that hits people more. So actually, nothing great changes in politics. So I don't have any strong feelings about the political change in Hong Kong.
Paul is in Taiwan with a question for you. Paul, your question for Faye Wong.
Yes, how did you develop your unique vocal style, and who, if anyone, is your voice coach?
I'm sorry, what was the second question?
And who is anyone, if you have a voice trainer, a voice...
你有这个训练，有你的老师是谁训练你的？如果有的话。
我刚才讲过，我没有经过正式
As
的
I've said, I haven't received any formal training in the past.
很多东西都是就是天生
A lot of things
当然后天也经过
come naturally to me. Often I have to spend some effort.
我的老师，我曾经跟
Well,
过
for
香港的
coaches in Hong Kong, I have followed Mr. 戴世聪.
学过一个很短的时
I've
间。
learned from him for a very short period of time.
And Faye, from the people you listen to as other musicians on both the sort of the canto pop scene and the Western scene, who are your inspirations? Who are your favorites?
香港跟西方的歌声，谁是你最喜欢的歌声？本或者是西方也可以。
是现在吗
Now, I mean,
Yes.
是。
现在。
Now, my favorite singer.
喜欢有一个乐队叫 Cocktail Twins， 是英国的乐队。
I'm sorry， 你可以再
Cocktail
Twins。
Yeah.
Yeah.
还有很其实还
And actually, there are a lot of bands or artists that have affected or influenced me.
乐队和歌
that I like.
Now, you know, one of the viewers earlier was saying how your attitude towards the media and everything has changed over the past year. One of the things you were famous for was being on stage and arguing with people and speaking your mind. How much have you mellowed and changed over time?
常常会有时候会不是很行，或者是跟其他人争论。你会不会是什么令你改变呢？
我没听懂，太乱了。
Could could you repeat the last part of the question?
Yes, how much have you mellowed and matured and changed your approach?
你是怎么样成熟改变？然后就是还是你跟传媒的态度，你是怎么改变？是什么令你成熟，或者是长大过来？
我刚才说
As I said just now, my attitude have not changed towards media and my fans. Well, actually, there are some times that I have to protect myself, my privacy and my private lives, and there are times that if I don't trust those media or those people, like the Hong Kong media, well, then I won't talk to them so much. So this is still my stance and my attitude, and that have not changed a bit. Well, maybe now I am more relaxed than before. Yes, perhaps. That's why. Maybe because I have a daughter. I don't know whether that's the reason. Perhaps people feel that I'm more relaxed now than before. Maybe that's why they have the feeling that I've changed my attitude.
Well, Faye Wong, thank you very much for taking questions from our viewers around the world in Asia. Pleasure to have you with us. And that's our Q&A Asia for this one. Don't forget, next time, same place, we'll see you on Q&A Asia. Thanks.